It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. And not only that, we got a co-host that's going to be helping us out with this show. He'll be on the show tomorrow. But this is, I always talk about this all the time, Michelle. People set New Year's resolutions, it is good for about 2 weeks. 3 weeks, they revert back to the old them. And I know you and we made resolutions and we sticking by them. It's because I always joke with you. I'm almost down to I call it, Renee, I told Michelle, I'm almost down to my pimp weight.
But you know what? I don't think we don't make resolutions. We make goals. So yeah.
And those are resolutions. To me, that's goals or resolution that you want to achieve at a certain period of time. So Renee, welcome to the show. Host. And I wanted you to sit in on this because the guest that we got on today is one of my most favorite people in the world. And she is so wonderful. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? I know I did not give you a chance to talk. I know you're getting ready to get me. Go ahead on.
Hi. Hello.
So, hey,
Mhm.
Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely wonderful, sensational guest that we got today?
Yes, the title of today's show is called Set Intentions, Don't Make Resolutions. So, we're having a sit down conversation with Paula Shaw. She's a life transitions expert, grief specialist, keynote speaker, media host, and author. She's going to discuss how setting intentions has a positive energy. Over more than 25 years, Paul has been dedicated to helping people navigate the stress of change and challenge using mind, body tools, and techniques. She's a founding member of the Association for Comprehensive Energy Psychology. She strongly believes that the tools and methods of this field can shortcut meaningful change and help people get their lives on track and moving in the desired direction more quickly than with traditional methods. She has her all inclusive coaching program called Bridges Beyond Reach, which is a customized approach that walks each individual through the challenges of loss and change into a vibrant, satisfying life of purpose and joy. She has written several books, including Chakras, The Magnificent Seven, Grief, and Will This Pain Ever End, and Saying the Right Thing When You Don't Know What to Say. And she is a staple on our show every month. Please welcome, as the guest today, Paula Shaw.
How you doing, Paula?
Well, much better after that. I always love the cheers and the applause that you come up with, JC.
It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Before we get started, I see Dr. Michael Mantel is watching the show. Hey, Doc, prayers, wishes, everything, speedy recovery. Love Dr. Michael Mantel. So, hey, Paula, yeah,
Yes.
you have been on the show so many times, and you always bring a wealth of knowledge, not only uh, from yourself, but you have guests that appears on your segment of the
Yes.
show that also are all about helping others out,
Hmm.
including reaching goals and resolutions. And so that's what we're going to talk about today is, you know,
Great.
what does, keeping your resolution or goals, how do a person go about doing those things? Some of the recommendations that you might have. So, Paula, for the people that haven't seen you on the show, can you tell them a little bit more about you? Um,
Yes. This series that we do is called Bridges Beyond Grief. And usually, JC and Michelle and I co host, and we interview people who either have experienced severe loss and found a bridge to the other side, or those who are a bridge to the other side. So we've had some amazing, wonderful guests on this show. And I'm very excited to be the guest today because this concept of New Year's resolutions is one I've been talking about for quite some time. And I'll launch into it a little bit, JC, if you would like me to, or why, first of all, I think it's important to talk about this. What's the problem with resolutions? Isn't everybody supposed to make them at this time of year? But I don't think so. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons, big reasons, why I think resolutions are geared for disaster. I think JC mentioned even earlier, a lot of people set them, maybe they last 2 weeks or so, and then they're gone. And now what you have in place of that is a feeling that you failed, or now you're back to, that negative place. First of all, a resolution implies you screwed up last year. You blew it. You didn't do something right. Either you ate too much and gained weight, you shopped too much and ran your credit card up. You weren't patient with your mate and your relationship's in bad shape. Whatever it is, the whole concept of resolution is, okay, I blew it last year. This year, I'm going to try to make it better. But there are so many things that are in the way of that. And first of all, the fact that it's born in screwing up and now punishing yourself. Okay. It doesn't come from a positive place. It comes from focusing on what you did wrong last year, focusing on the lack of being able to do it better. And you know, JC or Michelle mentioned, I come from the field of energy psychology, and we believe that energy impacts everything we do. In fact, quantum physics has taught us we are energy. I may look solid, you know, this may look like skin, this may look like hair, but really it's just energy vibrating at different frequencies. Well, if I put negative energy out, guess what I'm going to attract back in? Negative energy, because like attracts like. So if I set a resolution that begins in a negative energy place, what are my chances for success? Not great. Not great. So I'm hoping that as we talk today, I can give you some better ideas for having success. But one of them right off the top is set intentions. Don't make resolutions. An intention is a positive statement of wanting things to be better or more. And think about that. If I want things to be better or more, does that come from self-criticism and punishment, or does it come from self-love and feeling I maybe deserve things to be better or more? So that kind of sets the background, JC, for what we're talking about today, I hope.
Yeah,
And
you know, I never even thought about it like that until now. Just like when we first started out, Michelle talking about resolutions, I call them goals.
uh-huh.
You know, because I mean that's what I set goals, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and when you set goals, I mean you give yourself a timeline on
Mm-hmm.
how you want to complete certain goals in a certain length of time, so you can continue
Right.
to add, you know, onto that. But the way that you just explained that is so important. Um, how do intent, intentional change the way we relate to goals and change? A lot of people do not want to change
Mm,
nothing. We got
right.
about 2 minutes before the break.
Okay, well, let's remember, first of all, why do we keep doing the same things over and over again, even if they're not good for us? The reason is because it's familiar. And anything that's familiar lives in a comfort zone. And so typically one of the things that sabotages resolutions, let's dissect one. Like, let's say I want to lose 25 pounds this week. I mean, this not this week, this year. And well, if I'm overweight, it's probably because I have a habit of eating for comfort when life becomes difficult or stressful. And so remember, if that's what I've been doing, that's a comfort zone. It may not be a healthy zone, but it's a comfort zone for me. So, what am I going to do the next time life becomes difficult and stressful? Everything in me is going to want to get back to my comfort zone. Everything in me is going to want to do what's familiar. And now I've got this struggle going on, you know, because I don't want to go down that path some more. I don't want to be bad this year because I decided I was going to be good by my own definition this year. So it's breaking out of what's familiar. That's the hardest part of it all, JC.
And that's changed. Well, I tell you what, we're gonna take a station break. But when we get back, Michelle and Dr. Renee are gonna have the next segment with you, Paula. So
Okay.
they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring it because you got all the answers because you know it's just you. So I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, was it E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 84. other platforms. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of this, all you have to do is just go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
Oh, it's your life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. It's Dr. James J.C. Cooley. It's your life show. Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are. Grow in faith. And build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
1, 2. It's your life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. All right. Your life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Oh, you guys caught me. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. And I tell you, I got my great friend, Paula Shaw. She's on the other side of the gun this time, getting interviewed. And we also have the one and only Dr. Renee Toppins here, who's going to join us in on this segment right here. The topic that we're talking about, just in case you just not tuning in, we're talking about set intentions, don't make resolutions. And if you missed the first segment, well, you still get a chance to catch up. So Michelle, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Thank you, James. So, Paula, when people make resolutions, it's like an all or nothing approach.
Yes.
Like if I don't do this exactly how I resolved to do it, then I'm a failure. That is self-sabotage at the most.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts about that? And why do people put themselves in that position?
Well, I'm going to begin in this place, Michelle. Sadly enough, we are all, without exception, pretty much, we are all better at self-criticism than we are at self-love. And to really be successful at changing something, you got to come from a place of self-love and thinking you deserve things to be different, better, or more. And so a resolution, unfortunately, is just sort of a fancy way of looking at where you blew it last year. And so that's not coming from self-love. That is coming from self-criticism. And that's a low vibration energy. And remember what we said, energy attracts like energy. So if I have a high vibration outcome that I want, I can't attract it if I come from a low vibration enemy or energy in the start. Low vibration is an enemy, but I need to have a vibrational match. Because if what I want is here and where I'm coming from is here, that is never going to be a match. And until it's a match, we don't have the strength to bring it to reality, to bring it here to the earth plane. So I think we've got to begin from a more positive place. And that's why I'm saying, I even suggest to people sometimes start by making a list of everything you're good at, everything you're doing well in your life. Right. Give yourself some pats on the back. And then, like, for example, I feel really good about the fact that I exercise every day. So rather than saying, well, I'm going to also start running 5 miles every day this year. Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't really feel comfortable running, and it's not necessarily my thing. But if I set myself up that way, I'm going to fail at it. And now I'm like, oh man, I blew it on the running thing. You know, I really wanted that for cardio. But instead, maybe I go, wow, maybe I'll do 50 jumping jacks during my workout every day, because that's already something I've got going. I've got some momentum there. I like myself around it. Do you see how the birthplace is so much more positive than what we're looking at in coming from a different place?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Like you said, people can be hard on themselves. Mm-hmm. Maybe they feel they don't want an easy way out when they make these quote unquote resolutions. Mm-hmm. So they just assign the hard task to them.
Right.
To do this and this and this and that. But right. It's like, for instance, if you want to start eating healthy, or I'll give you a perfect example. You can go to the extreme. Let's say you want to cut out sweets forever. To me, it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with eating a dessert in moderation. Mm-hmm. You know? Start small. You can't, it's not a quick fix. Whatever your, let's say not resolution, whatever your intentions are, start off small. Mm-hmm. See how it works. What are your thoughts on starting off small on your intentions as opposed to resolutions, where resolutions you want it like done completely, everything perfect?
Exactly. Let's turn it upside down and all around change. I love the idea of baby steps, because every step forward is still a step forward. And small change is fine, as long as it's positive change. And I have to admit that in speaking with some of the editors of Calm, the app, they had a concept that I love. And what they were saying is growth setting rather than goal setting. So let's grow something maybe that we already do well, or that's in the area of something we do well. Then we're not setting a success point. And if we don't get there, we've failed. Or, one more time we blew it. Because why do we keep creating Groundhog Year, right? We all know that movie Groundhog Day, where the same day kept happening over and over again. It's because we love comfort. We are comfort-seeking creatures. And change requires discomfort. It's part of my work as a life transition coach. When people go through a transition, even if it's a positive one, even if you move to a better house, there's pain that comes with it because your old dry cleaners isn't here, or your favorite restaurant's not around the corner, or, you don't feel totally settled in. Change always comes with disruption. We don't like disruption. We are comfort-seeking creatures. And our brains don't like to be wrong. That's why we get into blame and excuses and, all those kinds of things, because it's very hard for humans to go, ooh, yeah, wow, I was so wrong about that. Or, wow, that wasn't a good choice that I made. It's beautiful when people can do that. I love it, but it's pretty rare. Instead, we go, yeah, but my mom was sick, or yeah, but I was going through a hard time, or yeah, but my boyfriend broke up with me. And so we are much better at excuses than we are at just taking responsibility, realizing we're imperfect beings as humans, and now saying, okay, I'm going to give it another go because I deserve it. I love myself that much. I'm going to get back in the ring and fight some more and give it another try.
Dr. Renee, I do believe, like, when Paul is talking about resolutions as opposed to intentions help people stay connected to their why instead of just the outcome of a resolution. Do you want to get more into that with Paula?
Absolutely. Paula, I love the concept of resolution, intention, and intention instead of resolution. Could you give the audience a practical application of resolution versus intention by giving an example of how you would verbalize a resolution differently than you would verbalize an intention? So I'm saying my New Year's resolution is to become more organized. If I were to verbalize that as an intention, how would it sound different?
Oh, that's beautiful, Dr. Renee. Thank you. As an intention, it would be more like, my intention is to become better and better every day at sorting, at organizing, at creating calm and peace in my environment, creating an environment in which I can flourish even more because it's organized and it makes sense.
That is awesome. So do you think that actually speaking your intention into the atmosphere helps? Speaking it in the present. Should I say I intend to be, or should I say I am? What is the difference?
That's a great question. We normally like to think of an intention as being more powerful if it's in the present. So I am growing better and better every day at organizing and making lists and doing things that give me peace and calm. That's a stronger intention than I intend to, because that still looks like tomorrow, and tomorrow has another tomorrow and another tomorrow. And so we can keep putting that off. But I am brings it into present. And I love that you brought that out. And you asked, should we speak it out loud? Absolutely. Because if you say something out loud, your brain is processing it through your auditory sense as well as thought processes. So it's going in there on different levels.
That is amazing. And I think all the audience that's listening, I would just challenge you to put that into practice. In my women's group, we stopped saying a New Year's resolution as well. And we replaced it with New Year's evolution. We want to evolve, and we want to evolve into. So I love intentional evolution. Like, I intend to evolve into someone, right, who exercises more, who eats better. Yes. And so I love the fact that we are ditching the resolutions and we are revolting against the resolution. So there's a revolution against the resolutions. And We have shifted to evolution. Thank you. Thank you.
Intentional evolution. We should trademark that. That is a fabulous concept we're creating together already, Dr. Renee.
Yes. What a collaboration. A 2-minute collaboration is going to change thousands of lives.
Oh, yes.
I tell you what, let's take a station break and come back. Renee, I want you to continue with the discussion once we come back with Paula. And I tell you, whichever platform you're watching us on, if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. So it's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Come on, everybody. It's your life show with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. It's your life. Are y'all ready? It's about that time for the It's Your Life show. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. It's your life. Cooley.
have a ride at Prison House, and I'll tell you what, it's beautiful out here. The water is so clear. The beach, I am excited. I will keep you informed. This wonderful Zanzibar.
Yeah,
Get over here, Randy.
I see why people say you haven't traveled until you've been to Zanzibar. I get it, man. I totally understand it. We're about to have some fun.
That's right. Are y'all ready? It's Dr. James J.C. Cooley. It's your life. That's right. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I see that our numbers have spiked. Paula, you don't see these numbers, but we was up to 7,000 viewers on YouTube alone.
Oh, wow, how exciting.
I mean, so a lot of people clicked in and they caught it. And I tell you what, I want that number to be 10,000, 8,000, whatever.
Yeah,
This topic is so important that what we're talking about. You know, intentional about things that you're going to do, setting goals, not New Year's resolution like you were saying. And I tell you what, our viewers out there, you all are wonderful viewers. If you got some questions for this great woman right here, All you have to do is just go to the platform, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. I want to turn it back over to you, Dr. Renee. So you got the next couple of questions, then Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Paula Shaw, I do have another question. And this is my question. We started the show talking about energy. So I'd like for the listening audience to know the difference between energy and personality, because sometimes somebody will say, I'm an introvert, and their energy is low. Or somebody will say, I'm an extrovert, and we associate that with high energy. Is that in fact accurate? And what is the difference between personality and energy? This is my personality and this is my energy. What's the difference?
I actually think they're kind of synonymous, because the energy impacts the personality. But for example, I would say most of the time I'm an easygoing, joyful personality. But if something terrible happens in my life, my energy shifts. And in that moment, I'm not so into that. Now, my whole personality didn't change, but the way I'm expressing my personality that day may be different. So the introvert and the extrovert, they're not always that way. You know, even an introvert in a situation where they're really comfortable, or they're with their best friend or their mom or their dad, they could be quite joyful and expressive. And so I would say the personality is definitely impacted by the energy. And I think we tend to have a more pervasive energy, whether it's high, whether it's low, whether it's disinterested, or whether it's depressed, or whether it's anxious. That's all a matter of the energy we're expressing. But we express it through the personality. Does that answer the question, Dr.? Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can be a person who is laid back, but exude high energy, even though you may not be as expressive or you may not be as demonstrative, you can still exhibit that high energy. How would you advise a person who actually wants to change their energy? Somebody who says, I want to be more expressive. And I teach public speaking, and I think it's so important.
Yes.
That your energy is so important because of the mirror neurons. Your audience is going to mirror that energy. So how would you teach someone how to change their energy level?
Oh, I love that. And by the way, we have that in common. I was a communications, public speaking major and education major in college. So that's cool. And I'm with you, because how you speak is how you present yourself to the world. And people are, as a whole, are tuned into, they don't even know they're tuned into your energy, but your energy is being expressed through your speaking, through your presentation. And they are impacted by that, because we're all energetic beings. And so I think the importance of being conscious of how you're expressing yourself, like participating. And here's Dr. Renee, what I think is one of the most important things. Be in the moment. If you're in the moment, your energy will be more appropriate, because you're tuned in. And by the way, guys, we're only alive right here now. There's one moment in which we're actually expressing ourselves as living beings. Past is gone, and we don't know what's coming next. So being in the moment is how you live life fully. And that is expressed in the way that you speak, in the way that you present yourself, in the way that you live, in the values that you hold. It's all expressed through the energy of your being.
Wow. This is such a great discussion that we're having here. Got a question. I want to go back a little bit. How do intentions allow for flexibility without becoming an excuse for somebody to just give up?
Well, because the intention is coming from, first of all, it comes from strength. So remember, I was saying the birthplace matters. If I come from, oh God, I blew it last year, then the birthplace is a low vibration, not good. But an intention implies I like myself and I may even love myself and I deserve something more. See, that's a nice high vibration place. And so if I put something out there that I desire, like, I desire, we can even make it in terms of things we discussed a few minutes back. I desire to feel excited about going to my Pilates class 4 times a week instead of twice. You see, there's a goal there, there's a betterment there, but it's not coming from, well, I should have been doing that last year, but I didn't. So you see that there's no judgment. It's coming more from self-love rather than self-criticism. And that creates a birthplace that's positive, that's strong. It implies that I'm not going to get buried in punishing myself this year. I'm just going to make things better because I deserve it. I'm cool. I love myself.
Got one more question. We got about 3 minutes before the break. And this question is, how do intentions help people stay connected to their why? And instead of just the outcome. I mean, many people just look forward to the outcome and they don't know why they're doing these things.
Yeah. That's a huge question, JC, and you're right. If you create a desire for an outcome, but you don't know why, it's sort of like wanting the balloon to go up, but you don't have air in it, there's no strength. The why is the strength. The why, I believe, comes from that self-love piece I keep talking about. It comes from your core. You either want more, different, better, or more in your life because you do believe in yourself. You do believe that you deserve the best life experience possible. Or you just want it because it looks good. Or, everybody else on social media is saying they're going to do that. And then there's no air in the balloon. So trust me, it's not going up. And that is, I think, the problem with too many people's goals or desires or intentions. You do have to know your why. You do have to come from, maybe your why is just wanting peace. I got to share with everybody, that's my word this year, peace. More than anything in my life, I want peace. And so I will do what's necessary to bring that into my life experience every day. And I start every morning with meditation because that gets me in the right vibration to be in a peaceful state. So I think that's what we have to be doing,
You mentioned, we're taking a break, we got about 1 minute, but you mentioned peace. And my word, what I is joy. Peace and joy.
That's what I love too.
Long as I can have peace, I can enjoy the joy.
Yes.
And I think many of us need to explore on our inner self. Define the peace first of all within us, and not let people rally us about any little small thing, because there would not be joy. That being said, we're going to take a station break. I don't want to, but we got to pay the bills. We're going to take a station break, and I'll tell you what, we're going to come back. We got a lot more Paula Shaw. We got a lot more Dr. Renee topics. We got a lot more Dr. Michelle Cooley, and you got a little bit more of me. And so, if you want to be part of this conversation, not too late, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
How everybody doing? I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, the founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, the host of the It's Your Life International Worldwide, talking about how things are in life. Things can be easy if you're a believer. if you're a believer, and if you believe in yourself, most importantly, have confidence in yourself. You can do anything that you set your mind to because it's already implanted in you. One other thing I want to talk about is the J.C. Cooley Foundation. The foundation is built to give our youth and our young adults the foundation and abilities to grow, expand, and be our future leaders of tomorrow, because you are our future leaders of tomorrow. We are going to bless at least 8 to 12 of these future leaders of tomorrow through the J.C. Cooley Scholarship Foundation. And the criteria is, first of all, you got to be involved in the community. Second of all, you have to be a future leader. You have to feel it in yourself. Thirdly, you got to want to exceed and excel. So more information will be coming out on how you can apply for these scholarships, and more information will be coming out on how I will be connecting with a lot of the schools and the churches to talk about you, our future leaders of tomorrow. My motto is always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. I tell you what, hang in there. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Talk to you later. Peace out.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do. Caught me again. I tell you what, I am thoroughly enjoying this discussion. And Paul, you already know we got to do part 2 of this, right? Yeah, I mean, you already know that.
Well, only if we have Dr. Renee with us.
Oh, is she absolutely fantastic?
Oh my God, yes. I'm so excited. During the break, I was writing about intentional evolution. I'm telling you, Dr. Renee, everything about that reeks of positive and growth and going forward, and it's beautiful. That's
your next book. That's your next book.
Oh, I love that.
Hey, so you see why I had her to come in on this one, because she is, unless she said no, during the time that I'm gone, she's gonna be hosting my show during the time we're in Africa. And she got 100% on top of however she want to do it. But before we get started on this, I have to tell you, I keep mentioning Africa. Saw a couple of commercials here. Michelle and I will be heading back to Africa on the 8th of February for my installment. And a lot of people don't know what an installment is. You just look it up, and it explains. It'll break it down to you. Installment means that I'm already is a king, but this gives me the full-fledged power of a king. And I have my own apartment in the palace, everything, all that stuff over there. When people come and hang out, and in the kingdom. But not only that, but Michelle will be crowned Queen Mother, development queen of the kingdom, all of the whole kingdom.
Wow.
And we're excited about that.
Mhm.
And I just want to, when my student letter come out, I'm gonna invite everybody in the world to come over there. If not, you guys will see what a student letter is,
Yeah.
and get a souvenir. So, but
Love it.
that's going to be coming out real soon. But I want to get back to this conversation that we're having here, because we got about 8 minutes left in the show, Paula. I'm gonna turn it over to Michelle and Renee. You got it, Michelle.
So, Paula, so if you Bridges Beyond Grief, that's your platform that you have done on the show and also away from the show. And of course, we don't want you, of course, we're not expecting you to name names. When you, as a life transitions expert and a grief specialist expert, when, let's say, patients or so are making resolutions or goals that may not be attainable in the space, in the time frame that they're looking for, how do you educate them or make them see the reality of what their goals are, as far as when it kind of falls more under the resolutions bucket instead of a practical and realistic goal, whatever they're going through in their life? It could be a grief over divorce, over a death, a loss of an animal, a loss of a job. So how do you navigate to make them see the reality of what their goals and intentions are in the next phase, if that makes sense?
Yes, it does. And wow, it's interesting because my brain was whirling with the answer while you were asking. And I believe that I do the same thing we've been talking about with intentions versus resolutions. First, I try to get them in touch with the great parts of who they are presently, because let's say you're going through a loss or you're a divorce or a health challenge, then you're focused on something negative. And so it helps to be able to sort of see what your arsenal is. Who are you? How have you handled things in the past? What worked? What didn't work? Yesterday, one client I was dealing with was talking about just feeling so rattled and into anxiety and stuff because of all the things happening in her world. Another one was experiencing a lack of confidence because no family support. So the outer stuff was different, but the answer is the same. If you want to find your strength, if you want to find that place of peace, which is where I believe the strength lives, it's in here. It has nothing to do with what's going on out there. You're affected, impacted by what goes on out there, but you're not defined by what goes on out there, because we have no control over what's happening out there. I jokingly say, even with our own children, we don't have control over what's happening outside of us, but we have total control about what goes on inside of us. But it takes action. It may take a mind shift. It may take belief shifts. It doesn't just necessarily evolve. And Dr. Renee knows that because they're talking about evolution. And now we're talking about intentional evolution. So have the vision of where you want it to be, but don't fall apart because it's not there yet. Don't give up because it's not there yet. Just see where you're going and then stay on the journey a day at a time. A day at a time. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye are sailors of ancient times, Magellan and Marco Polo. And they got on the boat. They had an idea of where they were going, but they had no idea of what was going to happen along the way, whether there'd be storms or no wind or scurvy or whatever else might come up. But, we're all noble beings. We're doing the best we can with what we know and who we are. And so every day to get out of bed, in my opinion, is an act of courage. And we do it hoping for more, hoping for better, hoping to become who we were meant to be.
Wow. We're down to the last minute of the show. Hey, Paula, can you tell our audience and our viewers if they want to reach out to you, how they can get in touch with you to enlist your services?
Yes, the best way is go to my website, paulashaw.com, and there's all the information there for reaching out, for scheduling a session, and or for just getting in touch with me if you've got a comment or a question. And
Dr. Renee, real quickly, can you tell our audience how they can get in touch with you? Also, she would be my guest tomorrow on the show. Paula, if you get an opportunity, you might want to tune into that.
All righty. That sounds great.
Absolutely. Yes, it's bwwmacademy.com. So it's the letter B, 3 W's, and M, academy.com.
Michelle, you got any 30 seconds closing remarks?
No, just Paula knocked it out again. She's amazing, and we love having her as a continued co-host on the show.
She always going to be there. Paula, she already know that. And also check out Paula segment on Thursdays. I don't know what we got planned this week, but Bridges Beyond Grief. I tell you. Thank you so much, Paula, for coming on the show today. Dr. Renee, thank you for, and I tell you, you passed your test already, Dr. Renee. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolute amazing show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners out there for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over 85 different platforms. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything that you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's your, say it, Michelle, it's your
life.
Oh, no enthusiasm. Let's try that one more time with everybody.
Okay.
It's your
life.
Doctor.